Keith, recently a 76-year-old paralyzed wheelchair-bound woman was heading to Mexico. She saw the signs that said, "Do not enter with firearms." Realizing she had a gun in her car, upon entering into customs, she tells customs and surrenders to them her gun. She's then arrested and put in jail for 3 days. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I know this lady, so I'm having a hard time being objective because she's such a nice, generous, sweet lady that to imagine that she would suffer the kind of indignities that those Mexicans imposed on her, it makes me crazy. But I've been trying to think of this from with the Mexicans' point of view. And, all right, so they have a country where people are killing each other in the streets. Tijuana is a freaking mess. People are dying, the drug people are killing everyone, and everyone has guns and they're all killing each other. So obviously they're not responsible with their weapons. So they have these big signs all over the place when you're going in. It says no guns, no guns, no guns. And so she wanted to give up her gun so she could go in. And it seems so reasonable to us because to us the guns are okay for the most part. They're legal in this country. We have permits for them, blah, blah, blah. So we think it's okay. So we'll just let them hold it and we'll go in and we'll have lunch and come back. Sounds so reasonable to us. But from the Mexicans' point of view, these guns are horrific things in their country causing bad things. So I was thinking what happens if we were from say the island of I don't know, Pleasant Island. And I'm on Pleasant Island. It happens to be just across the bay from Japan. And there's a bridge that goes from Pleasant Island to Japan. In Pleasant Island, we're all really nice, peace-loving people. We're all very, very nice. We're not, we don't allow people like Michelle Bachmann and Sarah Palin to come. So we're all so nice that we can trust each other with nuclear weapons and any kind of weapons, or you name it, we've got weapons all over the place, but we're never going to use them because we're just all really that nice and responsible people. So we think it's okay that we have these weapons. We don't use them and we don't care. We just keep it just in case so you don't mess around with us. We hold on to these weapons just for our own security, but we never really use them. So I'm driving on my bridge across from Pleasant Island to Japan, and on the way over there, there's huge signs that say no nuclear weapons because Japan has had a horrible experience with nuclear weapons. They have laws against having nuclear weapons on their books. They're not allowed to make them. Japan will never have its own nuclear weapon because they have a constitutional ban on it. Nuclear weapons have been horrible, killed millions of their citizens, so they have a big, big problem with nuclear weapons. But I'm coming from Pleasant Land where nuclear weapons are okay. I'm going all the way across the bridge. I get over across the bridge and I say to the guy in the guardhouse, "I'm from Pleasant Land where we're so nice and I have nuclear weapons in my trunk. I know you don't allow them. Can I leave my nuclear weapons here with you? And I'll come back when I'm finished with my business in Japan." And they go crazy. The Japanese people go crazy that someone's trying to enter their country with nuclear weapons after their experience with nuclear weapons. So they jail me and it's a whole big mess. I'm just saying, I think from the Mexicans' point of view, maybe we in America think we're so responsible with our weapons, but maybe we're really not. And also maybe the people in their country are so irresponsible with weapons they just can't bear the thought of more weapons or people with weapons coming in. So they react in a really crazy way. It doesn't in any way justify treating prisoners in an inhumane manner or allowing them to have roaches climb all over them or any of that. But I just kind of want to, they clearly need to treat prisoners differently than they did. And in this case, Shana was apparently mistreated and they extorted money from her. So none of that is okay. I'm just trying to, people are so horrified that the Mexicans respond to people with weapons that way, and I'm just addressing that point. That's all.